Today we'll start the series RL circuit. Okay, we'll see the formulas for series RL circuit. Draw the circuit, series RL circuit. Draw the circuit, series RL circuit. I'm taking the AC voltage. See here, for calculating the power, we generally will take the RMS values. In the problem, what is the voltage? The instantaneous voltage, or what is that?
Instantaneous.
Instantaneous voltage is equal to, they have given peak voltage Vm. Vm is the peak voltage sin omega t into trigonometric function. That is the instantaneous voltage. Instantaneous voltage is equal to peak value into trigonometric function. Then how will calculate RMS voltage from this? See here, we have derived the formula for full wave rectifier. What is the formula for full wave rectifier? RMS voltage.
1 by total time integration of.
Okay, we have derived that. Final formula you tell me for full wave rectifier RMS voltage. In your notes you see
Root Vm square. Vm by root 2.
Vm by root 2. So this formula we'll use in the problems for calculating the RMS voltage. For calculating the RMS voltage, we'll use that because Vm is given. See, we know the Vm. If we divide Vm with root 2, we'll get RMS voltage. Okay. Then we'll see. Yesterday I had told one formula, that is impedance. What is the formula for impedance Z?
R plus JXL.
R plus JXL. Suppose if capacitance is there, what is the formula?
R minus JXL.
Minus JXL.
XC, that is capacitive reactance. This is inductive reactance. Okay. What is the unit of Z? Unit of Z impedance is ohms. Unit of resistance is ohms. Unit of XL is ohms. But the unit of inductance is Henry. Unit of capacitance is Farad. So Z is equal to R plus JXL. So for this circuit, total impedance of this circuit is Z. Z is the total impedance of the circuit, that is equal. Here in AC, we are having resistance, inductance, capacitance. But in DC, we are having only resistance. In DC, we are having only resistance. But in AC, we are having resistance and inductance. If resistance and inductance is there, we can't take I is equal to V by R. In DC, it is I is equal to V by R because there is no inductance and capacitance. In DC, I is equal to V by R. But in AC, we cannot take I is equal to V by R because inductance is also there. So we have to calculate the total impedance. I is equal to V by Z in AC. It is not V by R in AC. It is V by Z. Z is the total impedance, total resistance of the entire circuit, total impedance of the circuit. Total impedance of the circuit is Z is equal to R plus JXL. Okay. This is the formula. We have to calculate the total impedance of the circuit. Then I is equal to V by Z. Please remember, in DC it is I is equal to V by R. because in DC there is no inductance and capacitance, but in AC there is inductance and capacitance also. That's why I'm taking like this. Now see here, and here R is the real part, XL is the imaginary part. R is the real part. J means 90 degrees. J means 90 degrees plus 90. That's why I'm taking the upward direction. This is your XL. So the resultant of these two is hypotenuse Z. Z is the hypotenuse. Okay. J means 90 degrees. In complex numbers, we will take it as I. But in electrical subjects, we will take it as J. Instead of I, we will take J because I is current. That's why we won't take. Now here phi is the angle. Phi, this is the right angle triangle. In right angle triangle, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. So this is the magnitude. So we'll get the magnitude of Z like this. If you know R and XL, we can get Z. If you know any two values, we can determine the other one. Okay, that is the Z. Next to phi. For determining phi, tan phi. Tan phi is equal to, what is tan phi?
Opposite side by
Okay, opposite side by adjacent side. So this is XL by R. If you want power factor is cos phi. Your power factor is cos phi. Cos phi is equal to R by Z. Power factor cos phi is equal to R by Z. Next is sin phi.
XL by Z.
XL by Z. If you want R, we'll take cos phi. If you want XL, we'll take sin phi. If you want R, I'll take cos phi. If you want XL, I'll take sin phi. Okay, these formulas you remember. If you know this formula, we can construct the right angle triangle. How? R is real value. On x-axis I will take. R is the real value, x-axis you take. J is the imaginary value. So on y-axis you take XL. On y-axis you take XL. Construct the right angle triangle. Automatically you will get all the values. Write down this. Okay. Have you written?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. See here. Voltage across resistance is VR. Voltage across inductance is VL. What is VR formula?
I
I into R. What is VL?
L into di by dt.
That is VL is equal to L into di by dt. Otherwise, it is I into XL. Voltage across the inductance is I into XL. Because the unit of, see here, VR is I into R we are writing. The unit of R is ohms. Unit of XL is also ohms. VL is equal to I into XL. VR is equal to I into R. Okay. Because we can't take I into L. Because the L unit is not ohms. L unit is Henry. We have to take only XL reactance because the unit of reactance is ohms. Unit of resistance is ohms. VL is equal to I into XL. Okay. This is the formula, remember. Now you see here, I will derive the voltages now. And total, what is the total voltage here? Voltage across R is VR. Voltage across L is VL. What is the total voltage? RMS voltage. We'll take RMS. We won't take instantaneous value here. I will take RMS voltage. Your total voltage is RMS voltage V. Here RMS voltage is represented with generally V. See here, RMS voltage is represented with V. Generally we will take VRMS, we won't write, we will take it as V. And from now onwards, remember that capital V means RMS voltage. VM means maximum value. Capital V and capital I are the RMS voltage and RMS current. Okay. Let it be equation 1. For equation 1, multiply on both sides with current, RMS current. Right now, I multiply on both sides with RMS current I. Capital I is RMS current, capital V is RMS voltage. RMS voltage is equal to peak value by root. Now what is I into R?
VR.
VR.
What is I into XL?
VR.
VL. I into Z is total voltage. So total voltage V is equal to the sum of, see the circuit, sum of VR and VL. Sum of VR and VL is total voltage V. V is the RMS voltage of the supply. Capital V is the RMS voltage of the supply. Okay. Supply voltage. Supply voltage is this one. This capital V is total voltage we are applying. That voltage, total voltage is dividing. In series, voltage will divide. Current is same. In series, current, write a note. In series, current is same. But in series, current is same. But voltage will divide. In series, current is same. Because whatever the current flowing in R, the same current will flow in L also. In series, current is same. But voltage is different. Voltage will divide. So if you add VR and VL, the resultant is V. V is the total voltage of the supply voltage. V is the total voltage of the supply. Now see here, I will draw the phasor diagram. Right angle triangle. This is VR. This is VL. Therefore, total voltage is equal to this is a phi. In this way, I will determine phi. Let it be equation 2. Now tell me what is capital V?
RMS.
RMS voltage of the supply. Where is this? This is the supply. This is the total voltage. RMS voltage is the total voltage, V, capital V. So this total voltage is dividing across R and L. VR is the voltage across the resistance. VL is the voltage across the inductance. Okay. Formula for VR is I into R. Formula for VL is I into XL. Please remember, it is not I into L. VL is equal to I into XL. XL is the reactance. What is the formula for XL?
J plus J into
Formula for XL. Yesterday we had discussed.
S sir.
XL is omega L. Okay. Omega into L. If you know omega and L, you can determine XL. Okay. If you know frequency and L also, you can determine XL because omega is 2 pi f. Omega is 2 pi f. So VL is equal to I into XL. Okay. The unit of XL is ohms. Now in terms of voltages, we have drawn the right angle triangle. Next we will go for the next equation. So multiply on both sides with I. Okay. Multiply on both sides with I. There is I square Z, that is equal to I square R plus J into I square XL. Now I am writing right in the formulas. Right. S is called total power or apparent power. S is called S. The other name of S is total power or apparent power. S is called total power or apparent power. S is called total power or apparent power. S is called total power or apparent power. Right down. P is called, we can call P as real power or active power or true power or average power. We can call with any name. In exam, they may ask with any name. Calculate real power, active power, or average power. Why it is called real power? Why it is called real power? See equation 3. See equation 3. In equation 3, P is the real part. Q is the
Imaginary.
imaginary part. That's why P is called real power. P is called real power or active power. We can call it as active power, true power, and average power. With any name we can call it. Next one.
Imaginary power.
Imaginary power or reactive power. Q is called reactive power or imaginary power. Why it is called reactive power? See, Q is equal to I square into XL. What is XL? What is the name of XL?
Omega.
XL is equal to omega L. That is reactance. That is reactance. XL is reactance. But Q is I square into XL. That's why it is called reactive power. Because XL is reactance. We are calling it as reactive power. Because in Q formula, we are having I square into XL. XL is called reactance. That's why it is called reactive power. Due to reactance, we are getting the reactive power, XL. But P, how we are getting? Due to resistance. Due to resistance, we are getting real power, P. And Q, we are getting due to reactance, XL. That's why it is called reactive power. And this is imaginary part. That's why it is called imaginary power. And Q is the imaginary part in equation 3. That's why it is called imaginary power, or due to XL we are taking it. That's why it is called reactive power. So remember, and if you add P and Q, we'll get total power S. S is called total power because the combination of P and Q is the total power in the circuit. S is called total power of the circuit or apparent power. S is called total power or apparent power. Please note the notation. What is name of Q? If you know the name, problems, whatever they are asking in the problem. Okay.
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, why you took for full wave rectifier RMS value? You can take half wave also, no, sir.
Because here we are taking AC. This AC is having both a positive cycle and negative cycle. When you are taking the full input voltage, we have to take the full wave rectifier. Because here we are not using the rectifier, any diode we are using here. If you use the diode, the output will be rectified. If it is a single diode, it will be half wave. Output will be half wave. If you use 4 diodes or 2 diodes, we will get full wave. But here we are not using any rectifier. Full voltage you are getting output. Your input is dividing as across R and L. That is the full voltage you are applying across R and L. We won't get half wave. We are not using any rectifier here. That's why I'll take full wave output voltage. We are getting the full voltage. That's why I'm taking the full wave rectifier RMS voltage. Okay. If you use the rectifier and according to that, if it is half wave rectifier, we'll take for half wave rectifier formula. If it is full wave, we'll take full wave. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See here, for this equation 3, I am taking the real power, real value on the x-axis, imaginary power, that is reactive power Q on the y-axis. J means 90 degrees here. Okay. This is your phi. And S is the total power. Therefore, S is equal to P square plus Q square. Now tell me what is cos phi?
R by Z.
From this diagram.
V by S.
P by S. Real value by imaginary value. Sin phi is equal to Q by S. Cos phi is equal to P by S. Sin phi is equal to Q by S. Now let us take total power. What is the total power? See the circuit now. What is the total power in the circuit? S is equal to V into I. Okay. Total power in the circuit is S is equal to total voltage is V. Total current is I. This is the total power. Total power in the circuit is S is equal to V into I. Total voltage into total current. When I am taking total power, you have to take total voltage of the circuit. Total voltage of the circuit we are applying is V, RMS voltage. V is RMS voltage, I is also RMS voltage. Write a note. While calculating powers and voltages, take only RMS values. While calculating power, any power, whether it is total power or apparent power or reactive power, whatever may be the power. While calculating power and voltages, take only RMS values. Take only RMS values. So while calculating, we won't take instantaneous value and peak values. Remember, you write next note, second point. Don't take instantaneous value and maximum values. Don't take instantaneous values and peak values. Don't take instantaneous value and peak values for calculations. Don't take instantaneous value and peak value for calculations. Okay. Now see here. Substitute this VI in place of a substitute. Therefore, P is equal to VI cos phi. P is equal to VI cos phi. Here also you substitute. So Q is equal to VI sin phi. S is the total power. Equation 4. Equation 5 is real power. Equation 6 is imaginary power or reactive power. Please remember these formulas. Okay. Any doubt in this formulas?
No,
We'll
sir.
see some problems. Now we'll go for the problems on series RL circuit. Please remember, we'll take RMS value only. And RMS formula is VRMS is equal to VM by root 2. For full wave rectifier, we had to write this formula. Take down the problem. A two element series circuit is connected across AC source. V is equal to 200 root 2 sin omega t plus 20. The current in the circuit is determine the parameters of the circuit. Determine the parameters of the circuit. Now, how will determine the parameters? What are the elements? What do you mean by
Inductor,
element?
capacitor, resistor.
Resistor, inductor, and capacitor are the elements. Now we have to determine whether this problem is inductive circuit or capacitive circuit. How can you determine it is an inductive circuit? Suppose if it is inductive, how you determine? If current lags the voltage, then you can say it is inductive circuit. If current leads the voltage,
Capacitor.
it is capacitive circuit. Yesterday I had told in the derivations of L and C. Suppose if current is lagging the voltage, then it is inductive circuit. If current is leading the voltage, then it is capacitive circuit. If it is inductive circuit, that is RL circuit. If it is capacitive circuit, that is RC circuit. So now see here, voltage and current. Voltage is in sine, current is in cos. So convert into sine this one, I. Then only can compare the this one 10 root 2 sine of 90 plus 314t minus 25. Sine 90 is cos. Okay. This will be 10 root 2. What is 90 minus 25? 90 minus 25.
75.
65 or 75?
65. 65.
Okay. Now both are in sine. Voltage in sine, current is also in sine. Now draw the graph. What is omega t for sine?
Minus 20.
Minus 20, because omega t plus 20 is equal to 0. Your omega t is minus 20 for voltage. For current, omega t plus 65 is equal to 0. Omega t is minus 65. This is minus 65. One minute. Okay. Then current is leading or lagging?
Leading.
Current is leading because current is starting first. The compared to voltage. Current is leading now. Suppose if current is starting after voltage means it will be lagging. Now current is leading the voltage. Okay. If suppose if it is interchanged, then current will be lagging. Now in this problem, current is leading the voltage. Your current is minus 65, it is starting in advance compared to the voltage. That's why if it is the leading, your circuit is leading. Current leads voltage. If current leads voltage, what is this circuit?
Capacitance.
Capacitive circuit. Then if it is the capacitive circuit, we have to determine the elements R and C. See, in the problem he is asking, it is two element. See the problem, two element circuit. What are the two elements here? R and C. Now we have to determine R and C for this circuit. Okay. Now we have to determine R and C. How will determine? What is the procedure? Z is the total impedance. We know Z is equal to V by I. In DC, it is R is equal to V by I. But here in AC, Z is equal to V by I. Total voltage. What is V and I? RMS or what is that? Peak value. RMS voltage. We have to take only RMS values. We have to take only RMS values. Sorry. Okay. Now see how we will calculate RMS voltage. Vm by root 2. RMS voltage is equal to peak value by root 2. So Z is equal to RMS voltage by RMS current. Your RMS voltage is Vm by root 2. RMS current is Im by root 2. One second. Now tell me, what is Vm?
200 root 2.
200 root 2. This root 2 can be cancelled. What is IM?
10 root.
10 root 2. That is your impedance Z. I have calculated the impedance Z. I don't want the Z. I want R and C values. I have calculated the total impedance, but I want R and C.
Z equals to R minus JXL.
Z is equal to R minus JXC. Okay. Z is equal. Okay. See here. Z is equal to R minus JXC. Here, this is R. This is your XC. That is your phi. Z is equal to R minus JXC. Now, what is phi?
$45.
45 degrees. See the difference here in the graph. 65 minus 20. What yeah, the angle in between 65 and 20 is 45 degrees. See this one. Phi is equal to minus 45. Since we are taking the y-axis in the downward direction, angle is 45. Anyway, it is minus. Okay, in the downward direction means. So your phi is 45 degrees. Your phi is 45 degrees. Now, cos phi is equal to R by Z. Sin phi is equal to XC by Z. Cos 45 is equal to R by 20. Sin 45 is equal to XC by 20. Z is 20. Your Z is 20. Tell me R value and XC value.
$14.14.
Okay, 14.14. You will get equal values, R and XC. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
But in the problem, he is not asking XC. What he is asking?
Capacitor, inductor.
No, not inductor. This is RC circuit. That's why inductor is not there. R and C we have to determine. If you know XC,
1 by omega, sir.
1 by omega C. Right on? What is omega in the problem?
314.
314. Okay. See the problem. Sin omega t. Omega is 314. Omega is 314. That is the value of C. Are you getting 226 microfarad?
225 comes.
Okay, no problem. 225 point something will get. Approximately it is 226 microfarad. Okay, now you see the yesterday problem. Go through the yesterday problem, you'll get the more clarity. It is similar type of problem, but yesterday that is RL circuit. That is RL circuit, and today we have discussed RC. Why it is RL circuit yesterday? Yesterday why it is RL circuit? Today why it is RC circuit?
Current.
In yesterday problem, current is leading or lagging?
Leading.
Yesterday, not today. Yesterday.
Lagging.
Current is lagging the voltage in yesterday problem. If current is lagging, that is RL circuit. But today, the current is leading the voltage. That's why it is RC circuit today problem. That is the difference between yesterday problem and today's problem. Yesterday current is lagging, we are taking it as RL circuit. If current is leading in today's problem, that is RC circuit. Yesterday we have determined R value, L value. Today we have determined R value and C value. It is RC circuit. Yesterday problem is inductive circuit. Today's problem is capacitive circuit. There is the difference.
No,
Okay,
sir. Yesterday also in the conductor only, sir.
yesterday,
Current leads the voltage. Conductance only, sir.
see properly yesterday problem. I am not remembering. Yesterday current is leading or lagging?
Leading, sir.
Yesterday problem. 1 minute, I will check out.
Answer 15.92, sir. Difference.
We have determined L value or C value yesterday?
C value, sir.
C value only? Okay, I will check it out. I'm not remembering. 1 minute, I will see the problem. Okay, yesterday problem also current is leading only. Sorry. Yesterday problem also current is leading. Okay. That's why I have taken yesterday also RC circuit. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If current is leading means we will take RC circuit. If current is lagging means we will take RL circuit. You remember this point, then automatically everything will be clear. Okay, I'm stopping the class here. 1 minute.